4 people have been arrested in France as police step up their hunt for the gunman behind Tuesday night's terrorist attack near a Christmas market in Strasbourg. 2 people were killed in that shooting. Meantime, across the border in Germany, police are also on high alert after it was revealed the suspected attacker has a criminal record there. Peter Oliver reports.
The German Interior Ministry has confirmed to RT that the main suspect, the man who's being sought for Tuesday's terror attack, had been jailed here in Germany for non-terror-related crimes. He was subsequently deported back to France following that stint in prison.
It can be confirmed that Mr. C's permission to remain in Germany was revoked in the wake of a criminal conviction by the city of Freiburg, thus depriving him of the right of entry and residence in Germany. He was deported from Germany to France.
Well, while there's a major operation by the police underway in France, there's also a manhunt underway here in Germany as well. In fact, 4 states are involved in that: Saarland, the Rhineland, Baden-Württemberg, and even as far east as Bavaria, all involved in police looking out to see if this man has fled across the border into Germany. There is also roadblocks on that border stretch between France and Germany near to Strasbourg. Of course, Strasbourg itself right on the border between France and Germany. Police checking cars there. There have been delays going back for a while. We have heard from the prosecutors who've painted a picture, well, more of a picture of what happened on Tuesday evening.
Considering the target, the perpetrator's way of operating, his profile and the testimonies of those who heard him yell Allahu Akbar, anti-terror police have been called into action. Terrorism has once again struck our country in Strasbourg, reminding us in a dramatic fashion that the threat is still very real.
Well, this manhunt is still very much an ongoing situation. What police understand, what they've released to the press so far and to the public, is that this is a 29-year-old man who comes from Strasbourg. He's been named in French press and here in Germany as Sharif C. They say that they're looking for him as well as his brother Sami. He has a criminal record, as I said, here in Germany, also in France. He was on terror watch lists in France. But the most important fact about him right now is that he remains at large.
As well as the 2 people killed, 12 people were injured in the attack, 6 of them critically. One of the victims has been pronounced brain dead. RT's Charlotte Dumaski has more on what happened.
We met relatives outside the hospital, saw some people crying, sitting down, comforting each other, just trying to get to grips of how this could happen yet again. Now, the one family that we spoke to told us about Kamal, one of the victims who was one of those killed in that attack, saying to us that, you know, he'd gone to the Christmas market with his family, with his wife, his 3 children, and his wife had taken the children for a bathroom break, and when they got back, he had been shot. A really shocking, horrible story. They described Kamal as being a wonderful father and said that he would be sorely missed.
Our relative died in an inhumane way. It's very difficult and tragic when someone close to you dies. He was here with his children and his wife on the street.
Kamal, c'est très gentil.
Kamal was a nice person, very nice to everyone. He helped everyone. Kamal's wife is crying a lot. This is very difficult for her and for the children, because they're very small. There are 3 of them. The children were with Kamal when it happened at the Christmas market. His wife and children went to the bathroom, and he was shot.
The mayor of Strasbourg, who was visiting the hospital, also gave information about the other individual who was killed in that attack. He said it was a tourist from Thailand who'd come also for the Christmas market, and we understand that one of those who is lightly injured was an Italian journalist. There have been small memorials popping up at some of the places where those shooting and the 29-year-old tried to knife some people as they are lighting candles, leaving flowers, and just people in complete shock and disbelief that this happened at Strasbourg and this happened just before Christmas at the Christmas market.
We talked to 2 members of the European Parliament from opposite ends of the political spectrum. They agree, though, that Europe's current anti-terror policy needs some adjusting.
We kept 1 minute of silence for the victim, as we do recently, as we're doing every time, and it's getting bad because we have done this a lot of time, this mandate. So that means we have to change policies to find the sources of the terrorism and to attack the sources, the reasons of the terrorism. We have to stop the wars in the Middle East. We have to reintegrate the marginalized youth in the suburbs of Paris and Brussels and Strasbourg, and we have to work together with the moderate Islam. We have to establish some long-term goals and try to achieve them.
I think this was expected. This is proof that this Islamist terrorist has committed a crime that was relatively easy to commit. I believe it is time to react. The terrorist who carried out this massacre yesterday was well known to the police, so why wasn't he detained in advance? We discuss it here in Strasbourg. With the EU having opened its borders, this free circulation of people has brought allowed criminals to move about freely. Every time we have such tragedy, we get back to the topic of border control. And I think we should take back control of the borders and make the criminals afraid again. Because now they are not scared. Yet ordinary people are scared of going to Christmas markets with their kids, scared to go outside. It is not enough to light candles, to cry. We are France, and we want France to live in peace.